it's what you said, mate. What I always wanted to create was not a gym. I wanted to create a place where people could go, where they'd feel something a lot different to a gym. I came from a team sports background. I played rugby for a number of years. I went to a boarding school, and I realized in my 20s that it was super important to have people around me. I wasn't gonna, if you want to put it in a cliche, I'm not gonna make it on my own. And when I stopped playing rugby full time in 2004 and moved back to Dubai, I'd spent a few years in Australia playing, and I came back and I was like, I need to have my friends around me. I need to create a training group. And this was the same time that CrossFit started around 2000. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of OG era really. And, you know, we knew what we were doing because my studies is in sports, is, you know, so we kind of knew how to train. But this CrossFit thing was coming around, and as you know, it was completely different. You know, you normally go to the gym and do some bench press, do some cable flies, finish with some triceps, and, you know, unless something, you got distracted by someone, then you do some abs and you'd leave, and maybe 10 minutes cardio to warm up. And for the most part, it was quite boring for people. It was like, and people weren't motivated to go. So when CrossFit came around and it was a different workout every day, there was people there. There was cheering. Like, you'd never go into a gym where, like, people would just be in a gym and they're just like, you know, looking at you like they want to kill you. And we sort of came with this thing aligned with CrossFit and aligned with what I wanted to bring to the gym, where people would say hello to each other and people would cheer for each other and help each other. And, you know, when we sit and talk about it today, it's like, well, that's really simple, you know, but even back then, 2004, 2005, it was getting lost. And so we ended up with 10, 12 guys training and a load of different workouts, because I'd just sit there the night before and I'd take a piece of paper and be like, okay, we did this today. So I'd take some of my sort of geeky background in sports science, and I'd be like, okay, so tomorrow we shouldn't do that, we should do this, and, you know, apply some logic and then write it on a piece of paper. And we had this file of papers, and someone just turned around and they said, dude, you should create a website. And, you know, it's hard to explain it now without sounding like a really old guy, but in 2007 we'd only had, Facebook launched in 2005. You know, when I was at university in 99, there was no real internet. It was like dial-up or something like this, you know? So we're not in this era of where we are now. We're at like web -1 sort of thing. And I was like, what are we gonna do with a website? And anyway, you get it in your mind, and we put together this website, and of course no one comes, you know, because no one knows about it. And I was like, but that's the point. We'd taken all these pieces of paper, we'd put them somewhere where if people wanted to go, they could go and get them. And I don't know how, but people just started hearing about what we're doing, and,
it was
you know,
word of mouth.
It was word of mouth.
Yes.